crafty friends. Chantel here. I want to come in and show you this project that I completed and sent out. It's for a swap, a Facebook group that I am in. As you can see from the tagline, it is Coffee, Cake, and Crafting. That's the Facebook group. I had a lot of fun doing this swap. We were in groups of 3. I made one for the host, and I'm going to go through the die cuts that I added to each of these packages. All of my die cuts are from my Silhouette Cameo, so it made it super easy. Here are some shaped paper clips that I used. I got these at an expo maybe one year, or the flea market. I can't even remember, but I just went through here and pulled out some of the pins that I thought would fit well with the project that I was doing and be able to hold the front flap of my package, closed. That way I didn't have to use any adhesive or anything like that to keep it closed. So I'm just showing you, the different options in the pins here, the buttons that were the pins in this package. This bike I used a lot of because it matched the colors that I was using. So as many of those bikes that I had in that container with that color, I used those, and then I just found other colors. I made these packets with some manila folders and I sped this up 2 times just so I can get through it. So I used the manila folder to make my holders, and I used another small strip to do the gussets on the sides so that it can, have some space in there for it to stretch out. This stamp and tag are from the Cutting Cafe shop. It is a Swapper's Delight stamp set, it's called. I believe it's still available there. You can go check out the website. It's got all these different things related to swapping. So I use the Facebook tag there because it's a Facebook group, and the YouTube stamp because it's going to be on my YouTube channel. I stamped out the tag there and just cut it out with some scissors. And I showed you the ribbon. I used my Silhouette to type all of the information for the swap on there. I added this coffee cup because I thought, the group name. These flowers are from I Am Roses. I used one of those at the top there. And here is how I packaged up my categories. We had to do 15 die cuts per person. I wanted to do all of these categories, so I have more than 15 per person. But it worked out really well. So I did 4 categories, and there's either 2 or so dies in each of those sets. You'll see what I mean because I'm going to show you. And then I just took this glitter paper just because I wanted to use it. I found it in my closet, cut a couple strips of the gold. And this is the cardstock that I'm using. It's Love You a Latte. It's coffee related, so again, pun on the group that the swap is for. So I just added, I used that paper to, decorate the manila folders that I altered. And then I've got a clip on either side to hold it closed, and then that's just another gift for the recipient. I also did little packages of stuff to put in. They sit at the top of the packages for the recipients too, so a little goodie packet. All right, so let's see. This is the Call Me Maybe category. This die is from, this is the only thing that didn't come from the Silhouette. This is a die from Simon Says Stamp. I cut that twice so that if they want to stack it, they can do that. And then I have 2 styles of old time phones. This one I remember most because it's the one my grandma had. Put your little finger in, turn the dial, turn the dial, turn the dial. We just had the royal wedding recently, so this one here is that phone booth, the London phone booth. So you put those in the bag, close it over, put that across the top, and bam, it's ready to go. Pull off the little seal. When the person gets it, they pull that up. The topper opens up with that, so they don't even have to remove it. The next category is music, please. Now let me tell you about these toppers. So the two papers, the dotted one is from the paper pad, and then the one with the gold, that's the shadow of the letters. I use this Gina K to cut all my letters on white paper, and then I cover them up with that Gina K. And then I put the embossing powder, which is clear. And then I embossed the entire 12 by 12 sheet of paper that had all of my letters on it. It was tedious work, but it came out really nice. You see the little shimmer there. It's kind of glossy. So that I love. We've got the ampersand sign with the little swirls on it, which is cute. This is the trumpet, right? I think that's the trumpet, and this is the horn. And then I don't know what these are called, but they shake and make noise. And then I've got all of the basic music notes. So I cut one of each of those. This here is a record that I had in my stash. I had a bunch of them from a project a few years ago. And I remembered I had them, so I added one of those to each of those packages as well. Just for a little fun accent. Put them in the plastic, put the topper on it, bam, there you go. The next category is Mayflowers. And again, all of these files come from my silhouette. Some were print and cuts like this one. I just flipped it so that I can get, the handle on either side. But others like this one, I had to put all the colors together. They made the terracotta pot and the yellow flowers and so on and so on. But all my files came from the silhouette except that hello that I told you I did the stamp, the die from Simon Says Stamp. You put the topper on it, it's ready to go. And then the last category is summer sports. And now this one, I'm not even sure why I didn't cut more of each of these. I don't know why, but you got your little lacrosse hook there, football, your basketball, your baseball. Those are all sports that are played in the summer, or at least I believe they are. So I've got those there. And then, so I went ahead and I took the piece of cardstock out of the paper pad that had the coffee stains on it, and I cut that die just to put a little extra something inside of this package. And then there you go. I love how this turns out. Everything fits inside nicely. I'm going to decorate that tag a little bit more. Unfortunately, I did not take a picture of it before I was finished or before I mailed it, but it came out really cute. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out my video. And I will see you all in the next video. I'm trying to see now why this came back.